So if you saw our mooch docking video, you saw all about power in that situation.
Right, but we didn't show you how we manage sewer, and especially if you're in a location for longer than your tanks can handle. We're gonna do it right now.
That's right. So if you don't know what mooch docking is, basically it's when you're staying at somebody's house where you have some resources but not like full hookups like a campground.
Yeah, like right now, this is the third week that we've been in the same spot, which is in a family member's driveway.
Right. And we did a whole video on how to manage power and water, and you should go watch that. Lots of good tips there, but today we're going to talk about a stinky situation.
Speaking of stinky, it's getting stinky inside the RV.
Yeah, and we've never really had to deal with this before because when we do mooch dock, it's usually for 2 or 3 weeks maximum. But now we've had to boondock longer because of COVID, and we have to deal with our waste water.
And like we mentioned in our first mooch docking video, you can go inside your family or friend's house, take a shower, use the toilets, whatever you've got to do, but that's not always convenient. So your tanks will still fill up.
Yeah, and we've been trying to manage that, and we're still doing okay, but we're getting really, really full. So we've got literally almost somewhere around 200 gallons of wastewater. That's if they were full. I don't think they're completely full. Let's call it 150.
It smells like it's full. It's funny because everything will be fine, and then you'll get to a point where it's one day you're like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, it smells so bad in here. And we hit that point yesterday.
Yeah, and we've done multiple treatments of the tanks to try to mitigate that, and it does help some, but not enough.
It's not a pleasant situation to talk about, we know, so hopefully you're not eating dinner and watching this at the same time.
If you're eating dinner, pause this and come back.
But you know, one last thing I have to say is that the worst place, or the worst smelling place inside the RV is the bedroom. And I guess that's because the main black tank's right under there or something.
Yeah, it's right down under there, and we
got to take care of this situation.
I'm lucky. I have a really crappy sense of smell after breathing jet exhaust for so many years.
Crappy.
So, this is the solution to that.
We hope. We're trying it for the first time.
You're going to see us try this for the first time. And I'll give you a little secret here. When I was researching the whole hose situation prior to us going full time, that was a little bit of a very nervous point for me, a bit of anxiety. And I came across Eric at liveandlight.net in his video where he shows this exact thing. So credit to Eric for this idea. But when I saw that, I was like, I'm never doing that. That's gross. No, I'm not doing that.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. It's kind of funny looking back on that video that I saw of Eric's because we just recently partnered with Mobile Must Have, which is a company he and his wife Kayla started. And we're going to be partnering with them on our internet video, which is still upcoming. But it was kind of neat to come full circle, like, oh, there's that guy dumping into a toilet.
Now we're the weird people doing the thing with the toilet.
So the whole idea is, this is a macerator pump. So it allows you to dump your tanks through a normal garden hose to an appropriate receptacle.
AKA toilet in the house. There are a couple of other ways that some people manage their sewer buildup situation.
Yeah, there are a couple things you can do. One is obviously we could hitch this thing up and drive somewhere with a dump like a Love's or a campground.
And you know what, you guys? Maybe it's just us being lazy, but that's kind of a pain in the butt because you really have to get everything put back together like it's a full travel day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work just to go dump.
It really is. We didn't want to have to do that. That was an option if we needed to. Another option people sometimes use is the poop scooter.
Or the blue, whatever you call it, sewer.
The little wagon thingy. So you can get these devices where it's a little brown wagon.
But it's blue.
But it's blue. And you can dump all of your stuff into that, and they come in various sizes, I think up to like 50 gallons, maybe even more. But the thing with those is you have to get it to a dump site. It's really designed for if you're camping in a state park or somewhere like that where they don't have
you could just walk it down.
Exactly.
Because it has wheels on it, so you just roll it wherever it needs to go.
Yep.
But for us, we are miles and miles and miles away from the closest dump.
Yeah, and I think a lot of them even have a round handle on the end. You can hook it to your bumper and drive it to the dump station, but you're not going to want to go down a major road with this plastic container. It's not designed for that. You might think, well, you can put this thing in the bed of your truck and take it somewhere, and that's really not very easy either because this thing is gravity fed, and if you put it in the bed of your truck, it's not going to go down and up. And you can fill it on the ground, but then you've got you know, 250 pounds or so. If you're talking about 30 gallons is 250 pounds and you're trying to lift that in.
Yeah.
No, we don't want to do that either. Another option might be, and we're not sure about this, but we know that some campgrounds have used things called honey wagons. And that's a truck that comes and basically pumps your system out and takes it away. When we've been in campgrounds, some of them we have seen have been third-party services, and they may provide services for the local area.
We don't know.
Check in your area.
Right, that would be really cool if they did. I've never heard of them doing that, but we haven't looked into it to find out, so we're not quite sure. And it could be different in different areas too.
Yeah. Another option that people have told us about in our Mooch Docking video is if your house has a sewer cleanout port. It looks just like a port at a campground, and
with the same kind of top and everything.
The same kind of top and everything. Now you want to make sure it's a sewer cleanout. You want to make sure that the laws in your area allow you to dump into that.
You don't go just dumping without doing your research and getting approval. You don't know.
Exactly. And you could face some stiff fines and penalties from the EPA and stuff for stuff like that. But we have heard of people doing that. But again, that sewer cleanout has to be located in a good, convenient spot. Like here, if it's on the other side of the house, I'm not going to go buy 90 feet of hose just to do that. The cool thing about this flow jet is it uses a standard garden hose, and you can dump it straight into a toilet. So we think.
When he first told me about this idea, the first thing that came to my mind was, how do you keep the toilet from overflowing?
Yeah, a lot of people think that you might have to stand there and flush it and flush it and flush it. If you don't know this, a toilet doesn't flush from any kind of mechanical or pump or anything. When you push that handle, the tank on the back dumps into the bowl, and then gravity takes care of all of it. There's a P-trap, and it's all gravity. We'll show you. Just kind of proof that toilets are self-flushing with the water. So you can see normal toilet here. And as I do this, I dump a bunch of water into it. It flushes.
Nice. Sewage isn't going to be coming out at that fast of a rate either.
Right.
We hope.
So the idea here is just to run this down into here. And I don't think it's going anywhere, but we can put something on here to hold it. But I don't think it's going anywhere.
I can be in here and just make sure. You know, I can put my foot down.
Put your foot down.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous about this.
I'm excited. I've had this thing for 3 days now. We've been waiting for a good day to video
Okay,
it.
so I'm excited to get that smell out, and it's a good day to do it because it's nice and brisk and cool today. So when we're done, we can open up all the windows and air it out in there because it's gross. Unlike him, my sense of smell is very strong. And so I'm kind of gagging right now. So let's go take care of this crap.
Let's go take care of this. And I already have a nice little tucked away hiding spot for it right in here. Our regular sewer stuff is right here. Got our household stuff that you saw in our tools video. And we have a new addition down here which holds our special Mooch Docking sewer package. And as proof, this is our first time ever using this.
Oh, stop.
So you can see I'm handling this with my bare hands. We have not used this before. We'll go over all this stuff. So this is obviously just a hose. This is the macerator pump. It's not rocket science. Bayonet connection goes on the outside connection for your sewer dump.
Just like your sewer hose would
Just like your sewer hose, just quarter turn right on. You want to make sure your O-ring is in here and not gone, because that of course will leak. This connection is for a flush. We're not going to use that because we have ours up here. And it's got a nice little on-off switch here.
Okay.
And this is the sewer out. That's where the hose will connect to. Now a little bit on the wiring here. For some reason it doesn't come with these two things connected.
That's what I said. Why didn't it just come?
I don't know why.
I mean, if it comes with the crimps and you have to crimp it yourself, it just seems like...
I don't know. Maybe it's in case you want to wire it without the switch or something. I don't really know.
I don't know.
So you could just run this straight to DC and switch it yourself if you've got some sort of external switch. But it does come with this, which looks a lot like a dead man switch on a bomb vest. But it does have a fuse built into it. So this connects to This, it does come with this. It comes with about 6 feet of cable. That wasn't enough for us because we need to run a good distance. So I found some cable at Lowe's. It's 3-wire cable versus 2-wire was all I could find. So we have a green cable here that's not connected to anything. You just connect this here. This connects your DC positive and negative.
Okay.
And then you run this to a power source, which is going to be our battery bank. And I put these alligator clips on there to make this whole setup sort of quick and easy. Hook it up, use it, put it away.
Okay.
Before you do this, you want to make sure all your O-rings are in place. There's an O-ring here. And of course, you'll want to make sure the O-ring on your hose is in place.
Okay.
Because you don't want any leakage.
No,
That's bad
leakage.
news.
Bad,
And we're going to
bad.
test this first with our gray water because that's the smart thing to do.
And our gray water has only really been sink water and shower
sink
water.
and shower. We've been washing our dishes inside, so if something does go amiss, at least it's only gray water. So let's get to it. I want to see if this thing works.
I'm like excited and nervous all at the same time.
You connect this just like you would jumper cables. Connect your positive, maybe I'll do it this way, and then your negative.
Are you gloving up?
Gloving up. You'll notice we have our Valterra valve here, so that's nice and secure. I'm going to connect this up. Nice and snug, which is good.
That's what we want.
Yeah, actually this doesn't rotate, so I kind of want it that way. Oh, yeah, nice and snug. And rotate that way a little bit. The rest of this stuff is uncontaminated, so I don't need the gloves right now.
Yeah, but what did you touch with your contaminated gloves?
That's true. Well, yeah, I'll just keep the gloves on.
Here, got it. Do you want me to put this inside?
Yeah, let's just kind of get the major kinks out of it.
Right.
All right, so the first thing I want to check here is that it runs. And you don't want to do this. Oh,
Oh my
geez.
gosh.
It runs. Switch was on.
Holy moly.
Turn that off. So I already know my wiring's good.
What? Is that
It sounds like an old horn.
Wait a minute, is it gonna sound like that the whole time, Chad?
It's going to be quieter than that because we're gonna have water in it. Alrighty, hook this up. Get it good and snug.
I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I'm the one that gets to be on this end of things, so it's a little scary.
I think we're ready to test this thing with our gray water. I'm gonna open the valve here. And let me go open our clean gray, the front gray.
Make sure you tell me when it's coming.
Oh, uh-oh. We have a little bit of a leak on our end.
Did I just hear you say, uh-oh?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a leak. I just opened the gray and I noticed that we have a little bit of a drippage situation here. I think I need a new O-ring between our Valterra and our connection, but we've got gray water in there. So I closed that gray water valve and we'll dump out what's in there. Are you ready, Tara?
All right.
Here it comes. Pull it out just a little bit and make sure there's water going.
If there's water going, I can see it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Remember guys, this is just gray water, so don't get too grossed out.
I think we'll hear when it gets all that water out of there.
How much gray water did you have in there?
Well, I can't tell. It might be good now. So we got ourselves into a little bit of a pickle here.
What's that?
I can probably relieve some pressure here. You know, the pump is created a vacuum. Okay, that sounds like it's empty now.
It's kind of bubbling in here.
Yeah, it's pushing air through, so that's a good sign. All right, so I'm gonna have to disconnect this and check our Valterra Good thing this is just gray water. So this could be interesting.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah,
Can I go ahead and flush the toilet now?
sure. Yeah, won't hurt anything.
Okay.
Just a little bit, not too bad. I'm gonna get that O-ring out of there and replace it. Wow, this is disgusting.
I'm gonna get a mask because if the gray water smells that bad, I know that the black water is going to be really bad.
Can you pull that front gray, the middle one, middle handle?
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
It's out.
Oh, it's out?
Yeah.
That was our test. So we're ready to do black now. So shove it back in. Going in? Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm going in.
Another quick note on this is it does say to not run this for more than 15 minutes at a time. So I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes and then just kind of check it, make sure that the motor's not hot. You ready?
I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be.
Okie dokie, here it comes. All right, it's pumping. I'm gonna keep this closed. And I'll open the black. Here we go with the dirty stuff. Here comes the dirty stuff.
Oh my God, okay.
How's it going?
I mean, so far it still looks like gray water.
It's gonna have gray water first. Sounds like it's working harder now.
I grabbed a mask because it stinks. And luckily we have all these masks from the COVID situation. Oh yeah, here comes the change of color.
Is it starting to get dirty now?
Starting to. Oh. This is much worse than like dumping a sewer line.
Yeah, because you have to see more of it.
This might not be the best spot for me to be in. How do we know like how long it takes?
Well,
probably
it'll sound funny when it's done.
It's probably going to take a while, right?
I don't know. When Eric did his on his video, it took like 4 minutes.
It does not smell good in here. It does not smell good.
Oh,
Ugh. Ugh.
I'm telling you, that's why I
Fan
need.
in here. Still going. It's only been about 5 minutes. It stopped by itself. I don't know if it. I'm gonna check this fuse. Boy, yeah, the handle's hot. This is all rated for 20 amps. Well, that's bizarre. This fuse just came apart in here. I don't know if I blew the fuse or not because I just broke it trying to get it out of here. Fuse came apart as I was pulling it out, so I don't think we blew it, but I got to get a new fuse anyway. Luckily, I got lots of them. This is why it's always good to have an assortment of fuses. Need a 20 amp.
I can say that his whole house stinks right now.
Oh, we'll air it out too, I guess.
Yep. I'm just hanging my head out the window because it's really
it stinks.
stinky.
Tara got the worst part of this gig for sure.
I did get the worst part. I did.
Resuming flow.
Okay. Oh, yep, there it is. I mean,
You know what I should have done?
what?
I don't know why I didn't do this. I was stupid. I should have put a clear connector on here to see what's going on. Put a clear connector on when you do it. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Too late now, I guess.
Now, you know what? I'm going to shut off the black, run a little gray through to clean it, and then put an elbow on because I'm going to need to see this water.
Okay.
Getting closed. Please, no. Nothing comes out of here. Oh, no.
Oh, Chad.
Good news is it was gray water. All right, hold this. Okay, there we go. We do a quick leak check. Yeah, it's gray water. Yeah, this is better. This is better. Now I can actually see what's going on here. So I'm gonna open the black back up.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Here comes the black. You know what? Our black tank might be empty already. Yeah.
Sweet.
Our black tank's empty, so I'm gonna run the flush. I put on some more comfortable black gloves for long-term operations.
This is the most disgusting thing we've ever done.
So the thing that's happening here is this pump can pump the water much faster than the flush line can get water into the tank to flush. I have to let it flush for a bit, pump it out, flush, pump. So this water will progressively get cleaner as it starts to flush, and you just want to keep doing it. You know, if I were doing a normal flush, I would be letting the water run and just go inside and do some work for like half an hour and let it flush. Like that time it stopped by itself, so I'm gonna let it cool off. I guess the pump has a timeout on it when it gets hot. It's good to know that the pump has a built-in safety feature where it shuts itself off when it starts getting hot. This thing is getting hot even without it running, so I think it's just the sun. Only took 2 minutes. All right, that's good. I'm gonna close the black and open the gray. You know, these pipes come together, and when you dump the black, it's going to have some black water go up that way. That's why you do your black first. And then as I open the gray, it's going to wash that back down. I'm going to put the slide back out to provide some shade here. Can you run the slide out for me? I guess we really just don't have that much in our front gray tank. I'm going to go run the bathroom sink for a little bit and get this to fill up with some fresh water to pump that fresh water through here and flush out this hose. And I think we're done. Got plenty of gray water in there now. Hopefully you can see this. That's pretty good. I'm going to close the gray valve, and then whatever's on the pipe can drain down, and then we'll be done. Close that valve. Get everything out of there. Now, to disconnect this stuff. I can disconnect power, get that out of the way. I can disconnect this pump. Gray water may be cleaner, but it still stinks really bad. We're still going to dump the rear black tank, but we're not going to bore you with all of that also. So I'm just going to show you how we disconnect this part. Obviously down there, you let it all run out, you close all your valves. You're going to have a little bit of leakage. It's just gray water, wash it off. It's no different than if you're at a dump station, you're going to have some leakage. Hopefully it's all just gray water though. But I'm disconnecting this up here because I want to run all the water into the toilet. I don't want the gray water and stuff that's in the hose to just come out here on the grass. Because the windowsill is about this high, I need to have this high so that it doesn't come leaking out this end. So this is done. This can be put away. And then
Yeah, dude.
I am going to let gravity do the work here. Now all the water's on that side of the windowsill. I would do the same thing, go through and just pull it out of the toilet.
Of course, have like antibacterial cleaner,
Yeah,
spray, or
have
wipes
some-
or whatever to wipe the hose as you're pulling it out of the toilet.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Everything went really well, except for the part where I didn't hook up the clear elbow before I got started. Put your clear elbow on first so you can see what's going on, otherwise you don't really know. That's why the clear elbow exists. The pump has an automatic shut-off if it gets too hot. For us, it happened fairly quickly.
And it did, and it frequently.
Yeah, I think because it was in the direct sunlight, it's a warm day, but you know, you just deal with it.
Did it shut off less after you put the slide back out?
Yeah, after I got it in the shade, it did last a little longer. And it does shut itself off and on, but maybe you just want to shut it off and go have a beer and come back, I don't know. When it shut off the first time, I wasn't sure if it was the fuse, so I went to pull the existing fuse that came with it out, and it was a really kind of cheap, crappy fuse and fell apart. The whole black.
So you replaced it?
I replaced that fuse with another 20 amp fuse. Other than that, it was a pretty easy process.
I think that this was the grossest video we've ever filmed. I got the grossest job, I think.
You got the crap job. You got the crap job of the crap job.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess it's my turn because you're always doing all the.
I do this all the time.
He's always doing the gross job, so it was fine. It was smelly. It did stink up the inside of the house in there a little bit. So luckily there's a good breeze today, so we're just gonna like air it out, just like we did the RV. The RV is already smelling much better since we dumped the tank. Just the front tank.
And I haven't even treated the tanks yet.
Yeah, so it already smells a lot better in there, which is fantastic.
Definitely, if you're going to be mooch docking for any length of time, this is a great accessory to have on hand.
If it's convenient for you to be able to get it into a toilet like that.
But you know, I don't know if there's a limit on the length of hose. You know, you could run it through the house or a window. You know, anywhere you can run a garden hose, you can do this. So it was really convenient because now we can use our own showers. I wish we would have purchased this weeks ago.
We can use our washing machine.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Sorry for the gross topic today.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our website, changinglanesrv.com. We have an FAQ there with lots of frequently asked questions. Check it out if you have any questions. Bye.
That's it.
That's it.
Is it in the sun?
It is, but I'm shading it with my head.
Oh.
My big head casting its shadow. You can see in there, it's got
teeth.
It's got little macerator blades to chop up the poop.
It look. Don't say that.
Little macerator blades to chop up the waste.
Looks like the NutriBullet.
It's a NutriBullet.
It makes smoothies. Yeah.
Sorry for the cars, people. We are mooch docking in a driveway, and there's just no way around it. It's a busy street.
Oh my God. I'm gonna throw up.
Wonder, can I get through that window, you think?
Yeah. No, well, if you can climb through there. I don't.
I can't really. I can barely get through here.
You'd probably be next time easier to go through the door.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
I'm telling you, that's why I need.
Fan in here?